want to say something about the migrants.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you, guys.
They're not dreaming right now. And you look at African American youth, 58% unemployment. You look at African Americans in their 30 years old and they're 40 years old, and we have an African American president. And he has not done anything for the African Americans in this country. And he got a free pass, and he shouldn't have. Because if that were me or if that was somebody else, we would be taken over the coals, believe me. It would not be a good situation. President Obama has done nothing for the African Americans. You look at African American youth, you look at African Americans that are 30 years old, 40 years old, and 50 in their prime, the prime, and take a look at their statistics. It's very sad.
Politically, fashion, liquor, I mean, all your endeavors. I think it was the Revolt Music Conference.
Oh yeah, at the Revolt
Music
Conference, you spoke about Vote or Die and the whole movement, but you did mention that it was all a sham. Like you felt like you didn't like the way it moved.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't think. Oh, you mean the political process?
Yeah, the political process.
Oh yeah, it's definitely, yo, it's crazy, the dickery of it all.
In voting or in like what you were doing when getting people?
Oh no.
Like the whole process was all a scam.
Yeah, no, we got people to vote. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We planted the seeds that got Obama in office. You know what I'm saying? That's something I'm very, very proud of. But I'm talking about just overall of the give back. You know what I'm saying? We got Obama in the office. The give back, the part of it, where the deal. Where are the things in our community that have gotten drastically better? You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is just like, you know, you can't stop voting. You can't get disconnected from it because you got to keep on.
Because it's how the system works.
We just got to try to figure out how to, and I don't have that answer.
And you don't feel like you got it though. You don't feel for the work that you put in 04 is when it started, right?
Yeah.
And you and then 4 years later, because you had a major impact. That vote or die thing was real.
It's huge.
Now we have our guy in office, and you don't necessarily feel that you've seen what you hoped you would have seen.
I just feel like that whatever the group of people that get you in the office, let's stop overcomplicating it. If you have your hugest group of people that get you in the office, you have to change their lives for the better. You got to pick a side because they got you in the office, and if the side just so happens that they black people and you black, that you still got to do is fair. You know what I'm saying? Because if everybody came out and we got everybody in office, then it's like, it's just a situation where it's like being the president is a hard job. There's so many things that President Obama have done for us that we're gonna realize years and years and years and years from now. But there's some like
what's happening right
there's some
now.
Black man things like for black people. Like they have different organizations and coalitions. They have the gun, you know,
NRA.
Yeah. They have AARPs, older people. They have some issues.
Yeah.
You know, Jewish people, they're very, very, very strong with that. Black people are like and people of color the strongest, and we let it go down. We'll give the votes, get in there. Yes, things will be done for us, but the things that somebody's thinking that they need to do for us. But there's things that people that are actually living in struggle, no, this is what I need done now, Playboy.
Right.
I don't know. I can't keep on waiting. I thought that, I was gonna get you in office.
And a lot of that is jobs.
Yeah, a lot of that is jobs.
Public school,
no. But
education.
it's like direct aid, unapologetically sending direct aid to black communities.
Yeah.
Like let's not try to hide it. Unapologetically spending billions of dollars to uplift black communities and say black people. Yes, black people need help. This is for you. Yes, black people, this is what we're doing. Let's stop skirting around everything that it is. So I say that to say, so now, boom, now it's time to vote again. People ask me about vote or die. I can only tell you the truth, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying I'm disappointed as far as with Obama. I'm not going after Obama. I'm just saying that the time is ticking and we need some repayment on the deal, Playboy, that the black community got President Obama in the office, and there's should be some nice parting gifts to give our youth, our future, a better chance, like just unapologetically live on TV. This is what we doing, and this is the right thing to do. because you know the education is crazy.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. So you're
You
saying
know.
schools, after school programs, rec centers, things of that nature?
The obvious, no, we ain't going to the rec centers.
Just
We
want
need some school,
education.
yeah, we just need some education and some jobs. And all that other dickery, building the park and all that falls apart. No, we need some real education and some real jobs.
So that people can plan for their future.
Yeah, and we want to know that it was for us. Come and help
Are we going-
us with this problem. Just like if there's a disaster, you know what I'm saying, in Chile or something. We're sending specific aid.
Direct aid,
We're
right.
sending specific scientists and engineers to help with that specific problem. You know what I'm saying?
And you were at the Justice Sorrells.
Yeah.
You made sure that you was out there that day. I was there as well, and I had.
And I want to say this to say though too. I don't want to come across too preachy because at the end of the day, I don't have the solution. So when the question was asked about me, I was like, yeah, I don't know with this voting process coming up because it's so crazy. I'm like, I'm already here baffled by my man. I'm like, I got my man in the joint. Like, so how am I now gonna go and try to get, you know, whoever this cat is over here to once he or she gets into office to really do something for my communities. If I, you know what I'm saying?
I got my guy in.
My
and
guy
we wasn't able to do nothing.
Yeah, no, we was able to do it. There's a lot that it's such a slippery slope.
There was some done.
Yeah. There was a
But there
lot of things
wasn't-
done, but the things that we wanted done, our laundry list. You know what I'm saying? We were like, A, we gonna vote for you, gonna put you in office. We like A, B, C, D, E, and F. I don't know, that list isn't complete, and the brother's not out of office yet, so I will retweet the list.
Retweet the list.
Maybe again things got hectic, but there's just some basic needs. So when we send things over to Chile, we need water, we need this, you know, and this engineer to help. I'm saying like in a point of crisis.
Yeah.
So
And we're at a point of crisis in our
yeah,
community.
the black community is at a state of emergency, so it should be treated just like that. It should be treated like there's helicopters coming with education and books and coming with, you know, trade and coming with things for
Support.
for the psyche. Yeah, even the psychological bombs that have been dropped on us. You know what I'm saying? We need the therapists up in there, not all of that stuff needs to be sent. Just like we see another country and we feel sorry for the country, and we're so good at that. We send them whatever they need to get back on their feet.
Spend years there.
Yeah, can you send them to Harlem? We need to get back on our feet.
East New York. Places all over
Chicago.
Jersey. Chicago, the whole thing.
Watts, Oakland, on and on, Bankhead, and so on. It's not that complicated. You know what I'm saying? But so with the voting process, vote or die, it was helpful at the end of the day. I know it engaged the whole generation. I'm not saying to get unengaged. I'm just saying pay attention a little bit more on how we gonna cut this deal this time, because we not gonna be going to the polls and voting without a pre-cut deal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody else cuts their deals. So you said you're gonna do that. You ain't gonna mess with these taxes. You ain't gonna. We have our list, and then our list just gets lost, and they just I'm tired of playing games and throwing things up against the wall. I'm not that type of guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if messing up the economy or whatever. I want to just have some straight talk. Like, is this happening? Is this happening? Is that happening? So I'm always supportive of all of our leaders, and if after thinking about if it's the right thing to do. But I just want to see results. As a businessman, that's why I'm good as a businessman, because my eye's on the results. I don't get caught up in the dickery of whatever else is going on. And so, I just want to see some results. Anything that I could do, I'm trying to use I don't have it flushed out, but I'm always trying to use my mind power to find solutions.
I think this conversation will have people coming to you with some items that you could look at and say yay or nay.
Yeah.
Would you be open to, is Hillary somebody, or one of the candidates somebody that you would sit with in?
I gotta see who I trust first. I gotta spend a little bit more time. Yeah.
Well, that's what I take from this. You're not ready. You're not ready until you understand what people are trying to do.
I'm not ready. I'm giving my 2 cents. I'm not ready. I've been through and I've been on that road. I'm just not ready to deal with the bullshit right now. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully I'll be more engaged, or I have to see and watch and support somebody that's really, has it in them to put up with this, because I just
think
know
this
1
is a
plus 1 equals
necessary this is a necessary dialogue.
I'm just being honest because I know that millions and millions of people have gotten involved in the voting process because of Vote or Die.
Absolutely.
So then I have to be transparent if you ask me about it and tell you like, yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on, but
I jumped in to do some cool shit. It looked real cool. We got to a certain point, and we're not really seeing the results that we thought we would get. So what the fuck is going on is basically what this is all about.
Thank you for translating.
No problem.
Now, Puff, different note here.
What about working with Diddy? How was working with Diddy? Because you were head of his campaign one time for, what was the name of the thing? It was
Daddy's House Social Program.
Daddy's House Social Programs.
Let me tell you, I met Diddy when he was 19. Probably, you know, I was hanging out with Dougie Fresh, and Diddy started coming around that time period.
Soldier was clubbing. You was out and about, huh?
No.
Oh.
I was not clubbing.
Okay.
I never been a club girl. Dougie and I were friends. You know, we were really good friends. And I was a Harlem girl. You know, I lived uptown, 119th Street, a whole bunch of different places. I lived in Harlem. But whatever the case, I met Puff around that time that he became friends with Doug. And really, I mean, it's a funny story. I was promoting concerts at the Apollo Theater, charity concerts for the homeless children. And Diddy wanted to get in business with me. And he said, I heard everything about you. I heard you love the kids. He said, and you're promoting the concerts so that you can take these kids to summer camp. He was like, is that true? And I'm like, yeah, that's definitely true. And he said, well, since you love the kids so much, why don't you focus on the kids? And, you know, I will make the money and you'll be able to use the money for the charitable purpose. Well, at that time, he was 19. I really, you know, I didn't really know him. I wasn't really up for it. So I declined. And then, you know, time moved on and Diddy got really, really big. And I went to a Jodeci concert at the Apollo Theater. Myself and Lauryn Hill, we went together. And as I walked into the theater, we walked past the bar. Diddy was at the bar. And he said, Soldier! He jumped out. And I said, oh, yeah, what's happening? And he said, I've been looking for you. I said, you've been looking for me? I said, really? He said, yeah. He said, I made a truckload of money and I want to give some of it back to the hood, but you're the only person that I trust with the money.
Wow.
And he wanted to hire me right from there. So I went home that night, talked to my husband, and to see if he thought it was an all right idea.
Right.
And my husband said, yo, that cat is large.
This is the first time we've ever heard somebody say Diddy gave them money.
No, it's not.
Oh no, this is true story. And let me tell you something. For the years that I worked at Daddy's House Social Programs, Diddy gave a lot of money, and we had the most dynamic youth program anywhere.
Wow.
And the great thing is that from the original camps that I had that was without Diddy, it inspired so many artists to start their own foundations and their own college programs and everything. And Diddy was one of them. And so I was really grateful to him for that. You know, but I wasn't all mixed up in the music game with Diddy. I ran a charity for him.
Right.
And, you know, if you ever talk to Diddy personally, he always has an interesting way of phrasing things. You know, if I said anything about music or anything about the artist or anything about the direction of anything, he would say, listen, Soldier, that's not the kind of marriage we have.
You run the charity.
And the United States has everything under control.